Hello, good afternoon, boys.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello. Right, welcome to the program today. Sorry for 15 minutes delay. Last week we went through tute number 5. Hope all of you were there. And let me run through the slide that we went through last week. We were talking about the management process, and I said there are 5 steps in the marketing management process, and we studied already the analysis component, and then went into objectives, and then came the strategies part. Under strategies, we have discussed various strategies that can be used to achieve our objectives, and under strategies, the most critical step that we need to take is to segment the target market, and select some attractive segments for us to position our products in those targeted segments. Remember what we discussed? Hello? So let me go through the slides again. We were discussing about the importance of doing segmenting, because if you take the Procter and Gamble, the one of the biggest FMCG company in the world, they have even identified there are many segments within the detergent market. Detergent means what we use for washing at home. So they had Tide for powerful cleaning, then Cheer, Bold, Gain, Era, Dash, Solo, Draft, Ivory, Airtel, Ariel. So these are different type of detergents meeting different type of needs of the customers. So then we said the market segmentation is a critical. At the market segmentation stage, we do identify the basis for segment in the market, and identify the customer profiles in the segment, and then we had uh, done developing measures to segment uh, uh, target the segmented markets, and select some attractive segments which we call targeting, and then we wanted to go and position or market our products in the targeted segments. Right? So let me check whether we can do a small new product development market. Can you all hear? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Right. Is it clear?
market based on geography, so sorting your market by country, region, state or province, or even urban or city area. You can segment your market in a psychographic way, so segmenting people by lifestyle, hobbies, activities, opinions, political affiliation, and entertainment choices, or maybe personality traits or attitudes. Now, while demographic information explains who your potential customer is, psychographic information tends to explain why they choose to buy. Another way to segment people is behaviorally, and this breaks down your market by how they use the product, so including how the purchase was financed, brand loyalty, their usage habits, key benefits sought, or key features used, etc. Now, when you divide your market into segments, and then focus your marketing on a specific segment driven by the information you've collected, you're much more likely to be successful.
Okay. No, before that, we get into that. Hello, can you see this slide? Hello?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Right. Let me run through the slides again, I think, for your more clarity. What I was trying to show you the clip that describes the marketing segmentation and targeting and positioning stages. But before I do that, let's understand the slides first. So market segmentation is, as we discussed, is dividing the market into distinctive groups with distinct needs, characteristics, or behavior who might require separate products and marketing mixes. Remember, we as an organization cannot target the entire market, because it will be a tedious thing to market our products in a total population, in a market where the total population is the market segment, because different customers have different requirements. So the product that you if you target in a mass market basis, what will happen is our product may not be attractive. It may be attractive to few people, but not to all. Not to all of them. So segmentation is therefore necessary, because each of us have different requirements and different needs. So having understood that, the marketers do segmentation exercise to identify distinctive segments where the customers of those segments have some specific and similar needs. So as we saw, we have several ways to segment the market: geographical basis, demographic basis, and psychographic basis, and behavioral. And also combining these two, I said there's another one called geodemographic segmentation. So geographic segmentation based on the country, cities, and things like that. Demographic variables are that we use under demographic segmentation are age, gender, family size, family life cycle, and so on. We also went and discussed this GICNA's framework. It is known as Joint Industry Committee for National Leadership Survey. Short name is GICNA's, which is very much used in today's marketing activities when we want to identify different segments in the in our population. So according to GICNA's, there are social grades A, B, C1, C2, D, E. So A and B and C1 are the most appropriate customer segments for bankers. A, B, C1 include higher managerial, administrative, or professional, intermediate managerial, administrative, or professional, supervisory or clerical, junior managerial, administrative, or professional. Actually, this is This classification is based on head of household's occupation. So this includes professionals and even senior businessmen, right? But if you target the lower end, say EDC C2 may be not the most appropriate potential or customers for bankers, because their purchasing power or the buying power and the ability to save maybe, ability to repay may be very low compared to social grades A, B, C1. So remember, banks are mostly targeting these three social grades: social A, B, and C1, according to Jitna's classification. And then also we went and discussed the life cycle stages that a family goes through, starting from the bachelor, newly married, fullness 1, 2, 3, emptiness 2, solitary survivor. I explained this. There are 9 stages in our life cycle. So depending on the stage of the life cycle, your buying power can vary. Now, if you in Sri Lankan context, so bachelor stage, you may have certain buying power when you are employed, but you are earning, but you are not married. So that period, you have certain amount of buying power, and you require certain type of goods. Newly married, of course, yes. Then you require certain things, like maybe in the bachelor stage, you might mostly need a car or something, and some electronic equipments. If you are in a single, if you are living separately in a separate place. Newly married, you need again more furniture, good vehicle, and so on. Fullness 1, when you have children under age 6, so you may have a lot of expenses. This is a time you have a lot of expenses because child medical expenses and other food. There are different type of needs that you will have. Fullness 2 is your children are school going. Then you have requirements for school education. You need money for school education and things like that. Then different needs. And fullness 3, all married couple with dependent children. Then again, you have to educate them in the university and tertiary education. Then again, emptiness, no children living at home, family at Edinburgh. So that may be a time the children are not at home, but father and mother still, at least one is working, or maybe both still working. And family nest 2, family had retired, then the income will be dropping. As we go, maybe these are the stages. You also come to the peak of your career, and you have more and more income in the family. So your buying power will be very high at this level, at this stage, these stages. And as you go, your buying power reduces or declines. So this stage, your needs in the family needs may be religious expenses, and you'll be going on pilgrimage and like that. So when you retired and settle down at home, then your needs differ compared to the time that you are working. And so we as bankers must understand our customers may be in different stages of these type of stages in the life cycle. and depending on the life cycle stage they are in, we should be able to market our products and services accordingly. That will suit their requirements. Behavioral segmentation we discussed. That's you segment the market or the customers based on their buying behavior. Some people buy during occasions like New Year and Christmas or whatever, birthdays and so on. Benefit base, user status. I described all this last week. I believe you have got some idea about these behavioral variables. Psychographic segmentation we went through. Psychographic segmentation is about segmenting the market based on lifestyle, motives, and personality attributes. You know, there are some people, their lifestyle is totally different to us. So they are maybe travel abroad frequently. They go to expensive places, restaurants, hotels, and they spend money on maybe in the nightlife. You know, their lifestyles are different, and they go on safaris, you know, off the road trips. You know, their lifestyles are different. Most of these psychographic segmentation is related to high net worth people because so they are a segment that have a higher spending power, because as they have higher spending power, they can opt to have some high type of different lifestyles. Now, a lot of card companies in Sri Lanka, sorry, the credit card operators target the lifestyle, the people who go to hotels, people who travel abroad, and people who spend money in expensive hotels and restaurants. And you know, that's how based on their lifestyles and their personality attributes market, there are some customers that you can identify and market some of our products based on their lifestyle. I hope you understand that. If you have seen a lot of credit cards are offering incentives or the points for air miles and based on your spending volumes. So that's how psychographic segmentation is identified. So we went through this also. So the variables, the behavioral segmentation variables are this, as we discussed already. Now see how McDonald's target their customers for their burger products. So they have for kids 3 to 7 years, Happy Meals, healthier choice with free toys. So McDonald's have identified their market in terms of some demographic basis, demographic segmentation basis. So they are the kids, depending on their age and the family, maybe again the lifestyle, the students segment, cafe goers, and working adults. So they have used a mix of segmentation variables, and they have done their customer profiling and been able to market their products to different, designing different packages to different type of target markets. Families, weekend outing or meals, drive-through, takeaways, McDelivery, Happy Meal. Students, primary, secondary place to hang out or study, student meals, outlets at universities and various places. Cafe goers for quiet ambience, a place to relax or read, or even business entertainments, McCafe. Working adults seek convenience meals, grab and go, drive-through, takeaways, McDelivery, 24. Different types. If you take even the families, even the individuals, different needs. So according to different needs, different packages or different product packages are offered. So as I said, this is how the McDonald's have used market segmentation. They have used all the segmentation methods. They have segmented geographically, they are segmented demographically, psychographically, and behavioral basis as well. See, geographical basis, they have this actually in Singapore, how McDonald's in Singapore has segmented their customer base. So there are 22 outlets in island-wide McCafes. These are various places. They have their normal outlets geographically. There are many outlets in Singapore in various cities. Demographically, they are targeting kids as a separate segment, family another segment, students, and so on. Psychographic segmentation, I said, based on the lifestyle, the convenience and lifestyle. Behavioral occasions like birthday parties, anniversaries, and occasions. So if you take the banking as well, we use a combination of many products. Now, if you take bank, geographically we have segmented our customers as southern, northern, maybe Rajarata, and so on. And so based on their region, they may have specific needs, and we have, say for example, in the customers in the say fishing areas near the sea, they have different financial needs. But maybe the customer in Colombo may not have that type of need. Now, say fishermen who are doing fishing near and living near the sea, especially in the northern and maybe southern area, they can be targeted as based on geographical. They are living in those areas, and they can be targeted with some specific products. Demographically, we have a whole lot of products based on demographic variables, maybe kids account, right? Then based on age, seniors, based on gender, women's accounts, and we have depending on the social class, we have VIP accounts, right, and so on. And occasion wise also we have during New Year we launch various type of sales promotions, gifts and so on. Christmas time we have offers. So organizations depending on so what they first do is they have the total population or total market, and they divide the market based on different segmentation methods, and then identify specific customer segments and cater to those specific customer segments with specific marketing mixes. That's what been done. So geodemographic segmentation, as I said, is a combination of geographical and demographic segmentation. It refers to a range of methods used for classifying and characterizing neighborhoods or localities based on the principle that residents living near each other are likely to have similar demographic, socio-economic and lifestyle. This I described last week. The people living in, say, Mattegoda or maybe they are the similar income level people living in one location, right? Mattegoda is one example, right? And you have then housing schemes like large housing schemes, and you have say Havelock City is a housing scheme, large number of houses, large number of apartments, and similar level of income. People with similar level of income are living. So easy for us to target because they are located in one place, and we can easily do some credit card campaigns, personal loan campaigns to residents in those locations. Segmenting business markets also we went and discussed last week, and we also said the segment should be when we segment the market, there are certain requirements. The segment should be we should be able to measure the size of the segment. It should be accessible. It should be large enough, substantial, profitable enough, differentiable. It should respond different to other segments, and actionable. Our programs can be developed and executed effectively in those segments. Say, for example, take women's professional women's market in Sri Lanka. Professional women, women executives in Sri Lanka, women managers in Sri Lanka, right? So if you take that segment, can that be measurable? You should be able to, because we can have statistics about the number of female managers in Sri Lanka. Central Bank may have statistics, or statistics department may have details with regard to the number of professional women in Sri Lanka. Accessible? Yes. They are accessible through what? Through maybe mails or emails, or through newspapers, or through women's magazines. Professional women magazines are there. So they are accessible. Substantial? Yes. So there's a quite number of women managers in Sri Lanka for whom we can design a attractive banking product, maybe a personal loan product or credit card product or whatever, some attractive product with some good benefits for professional women. And it should be differentiable because certain women, so women is a different segment in the market and they have different needs. It's different to men's segment. Men's have some needs, women have some specific different needs. Maybe they want to buy jewelry, they want to buy they are health side, they have hygienically they need separate things, they are beauty culture, and so on. So there are similar needs between men and women, and same time there are different needs also between men and women. So there are some professional women who have a capacity, spending power to be independent, and so that is the segment that we are targeting here as an example. Actionable, yes, you can have a specific product for professional women, and some effective programs can be launched. So those are the requirements for effective. So when you select a segment, you should be able to, and that particular segment should have this so based on these requirements only we can have a suitable segment, because there may be certain segments they don't have this, they don't fulfill this criteria. The segment that you select should be measurable, that means sizable enough, and accessible, substantial, differentiable, unique, and actionable. So target market is said out of the total population. You select, you divide that into segments, and out of that you select some segments. And I said target market segment or target marketing can be 4 types, right? Undifferentiated, there's no targeting. So entire market is your, the entire population is your. The differentiated or segmented marketing is where you select several segments and target each segment with different concentrated or niche marketing is where you identify some very good 1 or 2 segments, and which we call niches or niche, and go and position our products in that. And final one is micro marketing, or we call it mass customization, where you target one-on-one basis individual customers. Right. The example for undifferentiated marketing is, if you take Unilever or Procter and Gamble is mostly they have, say, take Sunlight or Lux or so general savings accounts. There's no, so anybody can open a savings account. There's no targeting. Everyone can have a general savings account. It's an undifferentiated approach. But same time, you can use a differentiated savings accounts, maybe savings account with some specific benefits to specific segments. say children savings, senior citizen savings, or professional savings linked with some other packages, maybe savings account linked to a current account and a personal loan product, or credit card product attached to savings account. Like that, you can. Is that concentrated niche marketing is where some banks, if you take HSBC or Standard Chartered, they use niche marketing for their banking. What is niche marketing? Because HSBC Sri Lanka doesn't target the entire population in our country. They target the VIPs, so high net worth people, and multinational companies. Maybe only two segments: high net worth customers and multinational corporates. So they are into niche marketing or niche banking. HSBC has maybe 10, 12 branches in Sri Lanka, and they do not want to target the entire population. But maybe their credit card is more for mass market, which they can uh, offer to anyone in Sri Lanka, HSBC card. So it's an undifferentiated approach. So when you look at all the organizations in Sri Lanka in the world, they use different targeting approaches to do their select their customers, and accordingly they have their own marketing mixes to position their products in the targeted segments. These are the consideration when you do a uh, targeting exercise. Compare resources, the degree of product variability, products life cycle stage, market variability, competitors, marketing strategies. We have gone through this, and we'll quickly go through social responsible targeting. We discussed that. The positioning. Discuss this. Positioning, I said, is the place the product occupies in consumers' minds relative to competing products. So it is a space a particular product owned in a customer's mind. So how can you position your products in a customer's mind strongly? That is by using your marketing mix elements. Because if you take and then I said along with the position there's a value proposition. So this is how you are remembered by the customer. So positioning is the act of designing the company's offering and image to occupy a distinctive place in the mind of the target market or the target customer. So Domino Pizza value proposition is, I said, it's a hot pizza delivered to your door within 30 minutes of ordering at a moderate price. Right. Then we went and discussed the Ansoff model. We went through this last week. You remember? Hello? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Do you remember the Ansoff matrix model? Yes or no? Hello? I can't hear you. Hello? Did we discuss this?
Yes, sir.
All right. Thank you. අන්නේම කියන්න පොඩ නැත්නම් මට ඇහෙන්නේ නැහැ ඔයගොල්ලෝ. අහන් ඉන්නවද කියලා. So this is a growth matrix developed by a professor called Ansoff, right? And he said there are, he talked about the 4 options to grow your sales, increase your revenue. That is why we call it a growth matrix. So he said a company can market their existing products in the existing markets. They can market their existing products in new markets. Then they can go to existing markets with new products, and they can go to new markets with new products. So easiest method, Ansoff said, is market penetration. It's about cross-selling product. And then the second part is mainly the market development, where if you take a bank, you go and open branches, go and start a new outlet. You start new channel like internet banking or mobile banking and so on. Market development. Product development, you launch a new product, or you modify your existing product with new variants, still that can attract some new set of clients. And new products in new markets is a highest riskiest option, which we call diversification. Maybe bank going and acquiring another bank, a bank going and acquiring another finance company, a bank going and acquiring a credit card company, a bank going and acquiring a leasing company. So these are come under diversification. They are the mergers, the acquisitions are included in the diversification strategy. So that may be the highest risky and highest complex or most complex option in the Ansoff matrix. The easiest are market penetration, market development, product development, and then comes the final diversification. So we went and discussed market penetration, market development, product development, diversification with regard to banks. Right, I said market penetration for banks, cross-sell personal loans to current commercial borrowers. Maybe say there's a partnership, and to the partners you can, partners of the commercial loan, you can sell personal loans. Then the second is the topping up of existing loans, and more purchase use from existing customers, loyalty cards. So credit cards and all, the points are given based on the volumes, the usage. That is to attract more and more use of the card. Convert non-users to use the account. Say, so if you look at, there are, say, in your current account base or savings account base, you can take a list of customers who have not done any operation, done any transaction for last 6 months. But these customers are with potential. Then you can invite them by letter or by email or by call, and ask or visit them and ask them to use your bank because they are already not using it much. Market development, as I said, selling current products in new locations, maybe find new customer segments within the command area, new direct distribution, maybe online, opening branches, and so on. You can read the points there. Product development, design new installment loan products such as floating rate options, develop totally new products with more value-added benefits, various product modifications, as I said, different quality levels. So look at your product portfolio and see any modification, because your existing product may be outdated. The customer may require some new features in the existing product. And that way you can modify your product to suit the current requirement. So banks should continuously assess their existing product portfolio and see whether some modifications to be done, whether they are, you remember that product life cycle that we discussed, and depending on the stage of the product life cycle, you may require some modifications to continue and sustain the product, which you do under product development strategy. Diversification is is a risky option, complex, but can be done. And also we went and discussed this Porter's competitive theories, cost leadership, differentiation, focus, and value discipline model, operational excellence, customer intimacy. All these are approaches for companies to do business in the marketplace. These are different approaches that they can take. So then we came to the implementation stage. This stage is the more critical stage in the marketing management process. So this way we connect to the market direct, one-to-one basis. Now you have analyzed the market, and we have set objectives, and you have discussed various strategies that can be used. And now it is for you to implement your strategies. I said, so there are 7 P's that we make use of: product, price, place, promotion, people, processes, and physical evidence. We went through the people element, the processes, and physical environment, and then came to product. Product is what? It is the first P in your 7 P's approach, or 7 P's 7 P's model. Product is anything offered to a market for attention, acquisition, use, or consumption that might satisfy a need or want. Service, a form of product that consists activities, benefits, or satisfaction offered for sale that are essentially intangible and do not result in the ownership of anything. Product is a tangible thing, and you can own the product, you can buy it and own it. But service is a intangible thing. You go and use the service or enjoy the service, and you cannot own it. Do not result in the ownership. Right? So product and services are there are similarities, but there are differences also. Product is more of a tangible and which can be owned by the by a customer. Service is intangible and cannot own, but customer will go and use. Customer can do use the service to satisfy the need. Product you can is a tangible thing. You can enjoy and you can fulfill your needs and you can own it also. Say for example, the pen. It's a tangible thing. You can own it. You can use it to fulfill your writing needs. But if you take banking, cashing a check, say you cashing a check is a service. So go to the bank, give the check, they take the money, and there's a process involved. You go hand over the check, sign on the reverse, and in return you get the money. So that's your. Then again you satisfy your need, but there's no ownership. There's no tangibility involved. There's nothing for you to tangibly own there in a service. But you consume, you undergo, you experience the service, that's all. The product, services and experiences. Market offerings may consist a combination of goods and services. Experiences are used to differentiate offering. Levels of product and services. Core benefit, actual and augmented product. We'll discuss that. Product and service classification, consumer products and industrial products. Now, if you take a product, there are five levels. 5 levels according to Philip Kotler. Now, he said this is how the product is evolved. So you have core product, generic, expected, augmented, and potential product. Core product is fulfilling the basic benefit consumers want. Generic product is actual product with tangible qualities. Expected offers generic product with other attributes consumers want. Augmented product gives more than physical product and sets it apart from competition. Potential provides additional tangible and intangible features. Now, if you take now let's take a car, right, as a product. To take car, what is the core benefit or core product? It should fulfill the transport need. So what is the generic thing? Actual product with tangible. To transport you, it should have a seat. It should have a steering wheel. There should be a frame, and so that's the generic product, tangible product. Then expected maybe offers generic product plus other attributes, maybe things like safety, the performance, speed, maybe the things you expect from a car. Augmented is maybe gives more than physical product and sets it apart from. Maybe augmentation level, you find the design of the car, the color, the shape, and various other benefits like various options can be augmented product. A car at the augmentation level. What is the potential car? Provides additional tangible and intangible features. Maybe car that we don't know, the potential car may be very different. The various, if you take today's cars, have various options. They have maybe cruise control, they have departure, lane departure monitoring, auto brake systems, right? Auto parking, sensor-based auto parking. There are cars with there are autopilot type also. There are various new features now find in cars. Within the car, you have uh, communication system. While traveling, you can use GPS, and the potential is this where the lot of competition. Now all the car makers are trying to pass all these stages now. They are now either at augmented product level or even potential. Now say if you take Indian cars are maybe at the augmented level, augmented or Indian or Chinese cars. But maybe take Europe or Japanese cars are in the potential stage. They have added many features into that. Now, if you take a banking product, what is the core product? A savings account to save account, savings account. The purpose, the core benefit or core product is saving money. Then what is the generic thing? Maybe then you have a record like passbook and transaction records. It's a generic thing. They're expected maybe savings account to get some good interest, and it will maybe the savings book is more attractive, and so on. And then augmentation, maybe more, maybe your savings account is linked to other benefits, like you can get a credit card, you get a credit internet banking, and it's linked to if you have a good savings account, you are entitled for a personal loan over a period of time. You are entitled for a personal loan. And potential savings account, I don't know, it can be many things that are connected to savings account and offering various benefits. You have to think, if you want to compete, you have to develop a savings account that will suit or that can compete in this stage. Everything a savings account can offer. It may be a bundle product, or it can be something that make the savings account more attractive to the customer. So when you have, over a period of time, the saving every product has passed different levels. So when we launch a product, it may it will fulfill core requirement, a generic requirement, and as it goes, it may pass the other levels like expected and augmented levels. This is where the potential level is something that is open. It has no end, because there can be anything that is added to the savings account in the form of new features, new value additions, okay, will be in the potential level. And the competition also very intense at the potential level for any product. It's not only for savings account, for even any other banking product. Now they are facing the competition at the potential level. There may be competitors who are adding various features, new value additions, new features, new benefits at the potential stage. So the product, and sometimes product can be organizations, persons alone, places and ideas. Organizational marketing makes use of corporate image advertising. Person marketing applies to political candidates, entertainment, sports figures, professionals. Place marketing relates to tourism. Social marketing promises idea. So organization also can be a product that can be marketed. Take say Bank of Ceylon. It can be marketed as a product. Why? Because it's there we look at the corporate as a unit. Then you talk about corporate image. And person marketed as a product. Say there are some people who requires marketing. Say politicians. So marketing concepts can be applied to a politician. The product, how they are promoted, right? So there can be personal, political, brands, and the sports figures, so entertainment, celebrity figures. They have their brand. They've got personal branding. Some professions, like say for example, take Kumar Sangakkar is a personal brand in this country, right? Mahinda Rajapaksa is a personal brand in this country. So they also market themselves as individuals. The Sri Lanka, in terms of tourism, is a product. So Sri Lanka is marketed as a tourist destination, the place marketing, you call it place marketing. So Sri Lanka as a tourism product is marketed, called destination marketing or place marketing. Social marketing, promote ideas, certain campaigns. So there's a campaign, say a campaign on say smoking is harmful to the health. It's an idea that is marketed as a social marketing idea, because it has to be communicated effectively. So here the idea becomes the product. So idea will have to be marketed. Then only the people will start giving up smoking. Depending on the objective, ideas can be marketed, the places can be marketed, the professionals and politicians can be marketed, and corporates can be marketed. Corporate brands, personal brands, country branding, idea branding, all those come under that. Now, if you take a product has say tangible product has cellular phone. Cellular phone has certain attributes. It has to be quality, feature, style, and design. Say, take the cellular phone. There's a brand name, the packaging, and labeling. Maybe for a cellular phone, this might not be applicable, but if you take a drug or something, so you have the product, the quality, the medicine, the quality, the branding, and the packaging, how it is packaged, the labeling, where you have to put the expiry and manufacturing dates and all that, and other product support services. So when you learn about the product, you have to look at, you should know about the product attributes like quality, features, style, and so on. The branding will have to know, the packaging, labeling, and product service support services. You take the products, then under product you learn the product line, a group of products that are closely related because they may function in a similar manner, be sold to the same customer groups, be marketed through the same type of outlets, fall within given price range. Product line. And a product line can have a product line length. Under product line length, you can have line stretching, adding products that are higher or lower priced than the existing line. Line filling, adding more items within the present price range. For example, line stretching is, say, adding products that are higher or lower priced than the existing line. So take line stretching. For an example, if you take Lux. So Lux, the Lux is a detergent or the facial, the face wash. How do you stretch the product line? So you have added various colors. You know, we have seen black Lux, white Lux, and all. We have seen. So the product line is extended. Stretching is extending with different colors, and also you can add different forms. Maybe you have liquid Lux in addition to solid Lux, and the liquid Lux also you can have in with different ingredients. Maybe say take Rexona or Sunlight, you have now lime fresh. It's different ingredient added. So these are examples for line stretching. So the same product, the product line is stretched using various maybe colors or different forms or different ingredients. That's how you do line stretching. Here we are not only talking about the banking products. In the bank also we can look at some connected product line stretching. Maybe for example, you can say within your, I think the other years I explained. So when you have a, say take a housing loan, you can structure the repayment in different ways. So you have loans under equated repayment basis. You have loans under top-up installment basis. Every year the amount is increased. Or you can have a top-down approach. The first year you pay more, and as you go, first few years you pay more, as you go, you pay less. You can have a balloon repayment. You can have a bullet payment repayment. Various type of modifications are done at the line stretching, and the line filling is adding more items within the person. That again, actually, line stretching and line filling are uh, almost similar, but here you can add some items within the person. So if say take things like take example of say toothpaste. What you can do is you can have a toothpaste. You can have herbal toothpaste. You can have some toothpaste is some specific medicine. You have filled a gap. So there are some customers who are conscious about the dental health or dental so mainly dental safety, and you find there are gaps in the product line which you can fill, and even the size of the packaging. You have seen some say take some noodles of ice cream. There are different sizes. You have small packs, you have sachets, you have family packs, and you have commercial packs or bundle packs. So these are called product. So you don't change the product, but you change little things, maybe size of the packaging, the form, whether it's a solid or liquid or powder. Right now, you take detergent, some like say rinse or something. So you have powder form, and then different type of colors you can introduce, different type of uh, ingredients, smell, the odor. So this is how you extend your product line with little different product, which is mostly done in the FMCG, the fast moving consumer goods categories, not in the banking. So very much you talk about product line stretching and product line filling in the FMCG sector. So product mix is also known as product assortment, consists of all the product lines and items that a particular seller offers for sale. Maybe some, say if you take bankers, no, first take say Unilever. So Unilever sells detergents, and they sell toothpaste, and they sell, they may be selling some other facial hygienic products. And if you take bank, so bank in the bank's product range, you have housing loan products, you have personal loan products, you have credit cards, you have business loans, you have internet banking products, you have various import trade finance services. So these are called different product lines. Particular seller offers for sale. Right? So in this learning of product mix, you find the product mix width and product mix depth. A number of different product lines carried by the company. Say for example, say bank. If you take bank has uh, bank has housing loans 1, personal loans 2, credit cards 3, internet banking products 4, business loans 5. So like that, say bank has 6-7 product lines, and if you take a Unilever, it may have many lines than bank. So product mix with in Unilever is more broader than a normal bank product with. Product mix depth is number of different versions of each product in the line. So that's where the product stretching and product line, product filling comes. Because if you take Lux, you have different versions within Lux, within bar soap, or within, sorry, the solid soap. Then you call the depth is deep compared to general banking product. Now this is how it is visually explained. Say product. Now give an example. Product line. Say bank, personal loan, housing loan, credit card, internet banking, and it can go on like that. There may be other product lines. And the depth is within the product line, how many product types you have. So if you take Unilever, say take product line is solid soap, right? You have colors. You have color base. You have different products depending on the form. Say whether liquid or solid base or powder base. And then you have another range in terms of various ingredients like herbal, medicinal stuff like toothpaste, and the smell, again soap smell, the lime smell or any other rose or whatever. So this is called depth. In a product line, there can be different versions, but all are categorized under same product line. If you take another product line, there can be, say take toothpaste, you take Unilever toothpaste. There are different type of toothpaste, different taste, different ingredients, different colors, and so on. If say mobile phones, say in a mobile electronic company, say, and they also sell television. Say you can take example of Samsung. So Samsung, they have talking about say two product lines, mobile phones and television. So under mobile phones, you have slider mobiles, and that category you have Samsung, different types, right? And television, your product line, there are within the product line there are different types: LCD, LED, and plasma. And these are the products. So the product line here the length and product here the product line depth is fairly deep, right? And product mix width is also very wide because you have different product lines. If you take FMCG product like brand like Procter & Gamble, there are many product lines, and product line depth is very deep. Say Procter & Gamble, right? Procter & Gamble product mix. Yeah, under detergent you have many product versions, which you call product line length. Toothpaste, you have the length is shorter. The bar soap category, disposable diapers, and paper product, jamin, and so on. Take Procter & Gamble, laundry, yes, toothpaste, bar soap, deodorants, shampoo, tissue. So they have they have different product lines: laundry line, toothpaste line, bar soap line, and so on. And under each line, there are many items, many versions, which we call depth. Okay, so shall we take a break? We have taken 1 hour. Shall we meet up in 15 minutes time? Now time is 2:50. We'll get back to you in at 3:50, 3:35 in 15 minutes time. Take a 15 minutes break. So let's okay. Let's on the product. We said we need to learn about branding, brands and branding strategies. Brand is something that that is new. Actually, it's a new stage of the product. Product eventually become a brand as the time goes. Brand is something that that has a in terms of price, in terms of quality, it has to be high compared to a product. So brands eventually will have a value, which we call the brand equity. So if you take brand equity is the positive differential effect that knowing the brand name has an customer's response to the product or service. One measure of equity is the extent to which customers are willing to pay more for the brand. Brand valuation is the process of estimating the total financial value of the brand. So what's the difference between brand and a product? If you go to a simple example, go to Peta Main Street. You have on the pavement you have small shops where they sell certain cellular phones. We have seen that if you go to Peta Main Street, there are hundreds of phones thousands of phones you can buy, which are unknown. They have a name, maybe mostly Chinese or any other countries of origin, and you find phone can be bought at 2,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees. Sometimes even a smartphone is there at 4,000 rupees, 3,000 rupees. But nearby showroom, you have same smartphone going at 40,000 rupees. In the adjoining shop on the payment, you have a smartphone at 4,000 rupees, and adjoining Sony or Samsung showroom, you have a Samsung phone at 40,000. So it's 10 times expensive compared to the phone in the which you call the unbranded phone in the market. So this where the brand equity come. The one measure of equity is the extent to which customers are willing to pay more for the brand. So a person will buy paying 40,000 rupees a smartphone, although he sees or he or she sees a similar smartphone which is unknown product, unknown brand in the market at 4,000 rupees. Do you understand? So that's why certain brands are when brands are known, it will have a brand equity. So brand equity is the amount or the extent to which the customers are willing to pay more for the particular brand. I said brand is has evolved over a period of time from a product. So product, as the time goes on, will start increasing its quality, the features, the value it offers to the customer. So products eventually become brands, but not all products. There may be some products which are which are dying in the product life cycle, but there may be certain products that will become brands and will have a longer term sustainability and mature and continuously and continue to bring cash to the organization as cash cows as they go. Right now, when you look at the value of the brands, as I said, this as 2020, so brand eventually become valuable, and it's been valued globally and annually. Now, as at 2020, the most expensive brand, most valuable brand in the world was Amazon.com, Amazon brand, to around $20 billion. And then Google as a brand, Apple, Microsoft, Samsung, according to brand finance. The different organizations which value brands. So this is actually one organization that is fairly well known called Brand Finance. They have valued in 2020, Amazon is the most valuable brand in the world. You can if you look at, see, the Samsung brand is even more than is more than Sri Lankan GDP. What is Sri Lankan GDP? It's about, I say, $85 billion. So Samsung brand is worth more than Sri Lanka's GDP. GDP is the total value of goods and services and transfers involved in a particular year. So you can imagine the value of brands. If you look at Amazon is about 2 to 3 times valuable than Sri Lankan GDP. So Google is about 2 times of our GDP. So this brand value is the value. If somebody wants to buy Google, there's a value they have to pay for the brand name, which is 160 billion, under $60 billion. So brand with a strong equity have many competitive advantage, right? Take Apple. High consumer awareness, strong brand loyalty, helps when introducing new products, less susceptible to price competition. You take a brand like Apple, they have all these advantages. Everyone knows about Apple brand. It has a very strong brand loyalty. People who buy Apple phone or Apple iPad or iPhone or iPod or Mac, they have very strong brand loyalty towards the particular brand, and helps when introducing new products. Annually, or even more than even frequently, Apple is launching new products or new phones. Now Apple is so Apple started with iPhone 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Now is iPhone 12 that have recently launched, and less susceptible to price competition, because the Apple phone, if there's a new version, people don't look at the price, they will just buy because the strong brand loyalty it has. So brand also has to be like product is positioned. The brand also have 3 levels of positioning. So initially the products and the basic product attributes, right? Like product, it has when we discuss about product levels, you remember the generic, basic, core level, from that to expected, augmented, and potential levels. Like brands also have 3 levels. So initial brand is the product attributes, the product features, and then comes the benefits, and then over a period of time, beliefs and values. So they are more into or tapping into emotions, they say. Over a period of time, when you start believing a brand and you try to appreciate the values the brand that particular brand brings in, and the values they display, they exhibit, so it becomes emotional attachment to the brand. And these are the 3 levels. Initially the product at the attributes and the benefits it offers, and beliefs and values, the final level. So when a brand name is selected, good brand name suggests something about the product or its benefits, are easy to say, recognize, and remember, distinctive, extendable, translate well into other languages, can be registered and legally protected. A brand name, so take brands like Dialogue, suggests something about the product and its benefit. Dialogue is talking about, Dialogue is a product that service that offers communication, and it suggests something about the product and its benefits. So Dialogue is about communication, easy to use, easy to say, recognize and remember, distinctive, extendable. So there are very good brand names, like if you take even Apple, although it has no connection to the features they offer, but it's unique, easy to remember, distinctive, extendable, like Apple iPhone, Apple iPad, Apple iPod, Apple Watch, can extend easily to another extension. Brand sponsorships, manufacturer brand, private store brands, licensed brands, and co-branding. Manufacturer brands are the brands that is supplied by the manufacturer. Say Sony is a manufacturer brand, Toyota is a manufacturer brand, Honda, Gillette, Sony, or Samsung, all are manufacturer brands. Then what are private store brands? Now if you have seen, if you take Kiehl's, if you go to Kiehl's supermarket, you have certain products go under Kiehl's brand. Say Kiehl's First Choice. I hope it's Kiehl's. Yeah. The products are sold at the distributor point, and what they do is they will brand a particular product in the store name or some specific name related to or connected to or owned by the particular supermarket. So we have seen the Cargill's. There are products sold under Cargill's brand in the supermarket. Cargill's sugar, Cargill's dal, Satosa sugar, Satosa dal. These are called store brands, private brands, because they have advantage is they have the outlet. They can label any product and sell under store name or name owned by the store. So I'll give some examples next time with regard to store brands, which you find in the. Now even you go to Cargill supermarket to Food City, certain things like detergent, certain car wash, certain tissues, certain FMCG items which are sold under Cargill's or Kiehl's name within the store. They are not sold in that name elsewhere, but in their own stores, they are selling under, they only label under their name. With the products, they are not manufacturing those products, but they get bulk from manufacturers who ask manufacturer to package or label under their store name. The licensed brand, like maybe McDonald's or KFC, are mostly Pizza Hut are mostly licensed brand. They are not manufactured overseas, but under license they have been manufactured in Sri Lanka. We take licensed brands are like that. There are many licensed brands in the world produced under the original manufacturer's specifications, and the producers who do it here pay a royalty or a annual fee to the original license holder. Say McDonald's US gets a royalty or fee for each burger which is sold in Sri Lanka or any other country. So they work on the royalty or the license fee. Co-branding is something. There are a lot of co-branding in the banking sector, especially the credit cards are now co-branded. There are banks. They join up with certain organizations, like sometimes some schools or some medical organizations. So they do co-branding cards. Say Sampath Bank has, say Toyota or Mercedes. They join up with them and produce a co-branded card which has features of a credit card and manufacturer benefits. So co-branding also popular in Sri Lanka. Not only banks, there are other organizations who get together. They where in the co-branding, there will be strategic alliance of two organizations or even more than two organizations. They provide various benefits as one co-brand to the consumer. So end of the day, consumer gets a good value through the co-branding. So brands can be extended. Line extensions are minor changes to existing products. As we discussed under product line, brands, say Rexona, minor extension is say new Rexona or Rexona Herbal or Rexona with some medicinal value. Right? Those are minor changes to existing products. New Horlicks, some minor change. Maybe chocolate Horlicks, some minor change. Horlicks with chocolate flavor. They are called line extensions that we use. Right? So if you in the banking sector, housing loans with fixed installment or variable installments or floating rates or different repayment structures like balloon repayment or step-up repayment. These are line extensions to existing. Yes, very small changes to existing product features. Brand extensions, successful brand names help introduce new products. Maliban. So Maliban went into from Maliban biscuit to Maliban garments, or Maliban, they go into Maliban any other extension. So Selinco went into many extensions, like from Selinco insurance to Selinco, Selinco hotel, Selinco, how many they went into, I think Selinco name extended, hotels to furniture, everything. About 50 to 100 extensions they went to. I think they extended too much. Ultimately, Selinco was had a negative impact on too much brand extensions, because when one brand extension is not performing well, it can have an impact on the mother brand. So Singer sewing machines went into Singer furniture, Singer electronics, Singer fans, Singer refrigerators, different extensions. Even banks today have gone into Bank of Ceylon, into Bank of Ceylon, BOC went and they had some fund management companies, C Bank, Unit Trust, and all that. And then People's Bank went into People's Insurance, People's Leasing, People's Merchant Bank, and so Union Bank went into Union Bank, then Union UBC, Union Bank Finance, HNB went into HNB Finance, HNB Insurance, Sampath not directly extended, the Sampath went as Siapatha Finance. Now recently Commercial Bank went to Commercial Finance, they changed the name. Serendip became commercial. They added commercial name into that. Serendip Finance became commercial bank, commercial finance, and these are examples for brand exchange happening in the industry. There are many brands which have extended their names in, and they went to total different new products. There are the differences in the line extension, the same product, minor changes, brand extension. They use the name for total different new product. Multi-brands, multiple product entries in a product. Now, if you take Unilever, for that matter, Unilever has a multi-brand concept, multi-brand model. Unilever don't market as Unilever Lux. The Lux is a separate brand. Signal is a separate brand. Rexona is a separate brand. So like that, they have multi-branding. Their products have different brand names, different to each other. There's no connection. And new brands, the total new. It can come as a total new brand. Brands are known through advertising, personal experience, word of mouth, the internet. Everyone in the company represent the brand. Companies need to periodically run a brand audit. Why you run a brand audit? To understand the weaknesses and the strengths, and make necessary adjustments to the existing brand. Brand audit is that. Right. So that's about branding. And then look at the next topic under the product, new product development. Development of original products, product improvements, product modification, and new brands through the firm's own and R&D effort. New product development includes development of original products, or product improvements, or product modifications, or new brands through the firm's own R&D. So remember why we need new product development, right? New products can be obtained via acquisition or development. New products suffer from high failure rates. Several reasons account for failure. Why we need new products? Even as banks, do we need new products? Yes. You know why? Because the consumer requirements or customer requirements are changing day by day. So if you don't change, they will be outdated. So customers want different features in our product range. Because their needs are now under this pandemic situation. So a lot of customers don't want to go out of home. So they would require some methodology to do banking from home. So that is why, and also even other companies have now gone into like home delivery systems, home delivery or home or online systems to support lesser physical contact or lesser transport and so on. So over the last few months during the pandemic, a lot of new products or product modifications were introduced, because during that time customer needs change drastically, and organizations had to respond to these changes by redesigning or modifying their products and services to suit the customer requirements, right? So let's see. Developing a new product is a logical. We have to follow a logical process. Now, you really want to have a new product. First, you must get various ideas. So let's see how these ideas are received. Then screening those product ideas or product modification ideas and do some business analysis whether the investment that we make is worth, whether the particular product idea can be marketed, is it useful, feasible, beneficial to the company. That's what you do as the business analysis. And the develop, then having satisfied with all this, then start developing the new product or new modification, and the test marketing stage, you test it and then you launch it. So who does, so let's see what are the more detail into these stages: idea generation, screening, idea evaluation, development, and commercialization, the steps. So ideas from customers and users. So if you want to change or modify your product or a new product idea, a lot of ideas can come from customers and even staff, even the users of product. And you can, through marketing research, you can get ideas, and you can learn from the competition and other markets elsewhere, global markets, company people, there is staff, middlemen, suppliers, and your agents, and so on. These are the sources through which you get ideas. Then there may be hundreds of ideas that will come, and these ideas are screened, strengths and weaknesses of each idea, fit with the objectives of the company or the product. Market trends, rough ROI, return on investment. If we invest on this, what would be our return? Because remember, new product development is an investment. It's an expense. It's an expense. Then idea and idea evaluation or screening, or the business analysis, you check the concept of idea concept again, and you can even ask from some customers rough estimate of cost, sales, and profits. Do some business analysis also, a brief one, in order to satisfy that the particular investment that you are going to make on this new product development is worthwhile. Then comes to development stage: develop model or service prototype, test marketing mix, revise plans as needed based on your test plan, test marketing responses. Then ROI again, and finally the finalized product and marketing plan, start production and marketing rollout in selected markets, ROI. So these are the steps that, so you will have more details in this. Can go through idea generation, internal ideas as we already discussed, external ideas, idea screening, number 3, concept development and testing, then marketing strategy development and business analysis, and product development, and 7 test marketing and commercialization. So remember the steps in detail, from idea generation of the new product, idea screening, concept development and testing as we discussed, marketing strategy development and business analysis, then the product development and test marketing, and final launch. With that, we get into product life cycle study. We have discussed this already. We have explained this curve previously as well. Like why we call it life cycle, it's like a human being's life cycle. Product also has a life cycle, which we call product life cycle. So during the product life cycle, starting with product development, introduction, growth, maturity. This is the profit line until the product development is expensive, negative, profit, introduction, negative, and as product is started growing, you will get some profit, and that will decline over the period. Product life cycle, if you we remember, we discussed BCG also into this. If you take the product, you have question mark products in this stage, the product development and the introduction level. We don't know which way the product is going, whether it will succeed or fail, we don't know. That's why we call it a question mark under BCG analysis. And then the growth stage, we call them star products. The product has picked up and growing, become a star. And the matured stage, we call them cash cows. They are giving positive profits and positive cash flows. And finally, the dogs are here. The dogs are to be deleted, which are decline, or take whatever suitable measures to make sure that dogs are not affecting your final profitability. So question marks here, you can make a note, and stars, cash cows, and dogs. That's how you combine product life cycle with the BCG analysis. But remember, one thing that you can do is when the product goes through this cycle of the product or brand, at a point, now take the Horlicks or Rexona, what they did was they observed that their sales were dropping, and what they did was they repositioned their product with new features, and they name it new Rexona or new Lux, and under beverage category new Horlicks, with little new features, new ingredients, new changes. The product can be repositioned or rejuvenated. Then the decline stage, you give another new life. So then it can have another life cycle, and again another cycle. So therefore, the product life cycle can be, for certain products, it will never die. It will never decline. You can continue to relaunch and reposition or relaunch, rejuvenate, depending on the changes of the market requirements, to which will be your product should, your features should simply meet the requirements of the new needs or the new needs of the customers. So as the customer requirements change, you need to change your product features and make required modifications to suit the new demands rather, right? Product life cycle has 5 stages, as you said: product development, introduction, growth, maturity, decline. Not all products follow this cycle. You know, some products have very short life cycles. Fads and styles and fashions, they are called. They have very short life cycle. You know, some certain new designs just come and go. Like you remember, we had some time these bell bottoms and trousers, right? Bell bottom you call it, and then luminous in shoes and all. They just come and go. New styles, fashions. Certain fads, styles and fashions might not last long. They will have a short, they'll just come and go. So shorter life cycle. Product life cycle concept can be applied to a product class, product form, and brand. So in a product you can have three different types. The product class is a soft drinks is a product class, and form, it can, the soft drinks, take a soft drink, it can come in diet colas, and specific brand name is Diet Dr. Pepper. Say soft drinks, normal colas, it can be say Pepsi Cola, it's a brand, or Coca-Cola. Three different levels: product, class, form, and the brand level. Using PLC to focus brand performance or to develop marketing strategies problem. So maybe you don't have to worry too much on the PLC according to some, but it's to know that there are in understanding the product you should know there are three different levels: the product class, product form, and the final brand. Say product class, again we can have say in the banking sector, product class, you have personal banking. So under personal banking you can have a home loan, and then you have home loan brand, Sevana or Nivahano, whatever. Under personal loan category, right? So let's see some features in each product life cycle stages and strategies under each stage. The product development initial stage begins when the company develops a new product idea. Sales are zero, investment costs are high, profits are negative. That you know, no? The product development level, profits are negative. Then introduction level, again still sales are low, high cost per customer, customer acquired, because sales are low, eventually your customer per customer cost is high. Profits negative. Innovators are targeted. Little competition. Then the introduction level, what you can do is your strategy should be offer a basic product, use cost plus basis to set price, distribution, selective distribution, not in all extensively, all areas. You don't sell in all areas. Advertising, build awareness among early adopters and dealers, resellers. Sales promotion, heavy expenditure to create trial. Growth stage, rapidly rising sales, average cost per customer, rising profits, early adopters are targeted, growing competition. Strategies at the growth stage, product offer product extensions, service warranty, penetration pricing, build intensive distribution, build awareness and interest in the mass market, sales promotion, reduce expenditures to take advantage of. This is a stage where you start facing the competition. When you are in the growth stage of the life cycle, you have stiff competition because now people are aware of the product, the competitors are aware of the product. Then the product is now uh, 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 old enough to offer product even extensions and warranties. And intensive distribution is now earlier you had the selective distribution, now you want to sell it all over the country because now product is known and you can use distribute intensively and create more awareness and interest in the target market. Reduce expenditure to take advantage of consumer demand. Right? Give me a second. Right. Sorry. Next, the maturity stage. Now the sales are peak. Sales are the product is now known and sales are at a very high level. Low cost per customer. Now you get a quite number of customers buying your product. The profit is high, and middle maturity are targeted. Competition begins to decline. Now, now your product is established, and the competition may be little low. The strategies at the maturity stage are diversify brand and model, set to match a beat competition. Distribution, build more intensive distribution. Stress brand differences and benefits. Sales promotion increase to encourage brand switching. Then comes the decline stage. Decline in sales, low cost per customer, declining profits, laggards are targeted, declining competition. The strategies: product phase out weak items, cut price, use selective distribution, phase out unprofitable outlets, reduce to level needed to retain hardcore loyalists, reduce to minimum level. So these are the levels that Now you must remember these strategies at each level, because which can come in the final exam. So PLC life cycle, product life cycle, stages and strategies at each stage. So product development stage, product or the introduction stage. He said there are certain strategies. What you do to the product, the pricing, the distribution, advertising, and sales promotion aspect. What do you do? And on the growth stage, there are strategies with regard to product, price, distribution, and so on. And the maturity stage, there are strategies with regard to product, price, distribution, and so on. And decline stage also, you have strategies, product, price, distribution, advertising, and so on. You know, so now BCG metrics and product lifecycle are very useful for you to understand the level of the product, which stage the product is, and after having understood each level of the or stage of the product, you can have various strategies to increase your profitability or your sales, your growth, and so on. So, so through your analysis, the BCG you understand people's product life cycle, and the introduction stage there are certain things to be done. At the growth stage there are certain actions to be taken. The maturity level there are actions to be taken, and the decline stage there are certain things to be done. And what you can do is you can combine BCG, what you know about the BCG matrix, where you identified question mark products, stars, cash cows, and dogs, and they are related to the stages of the product life cycle according to product life cycle PLC, and you combine and you take combined decisions to make sure that your product is profitable, product is feasible, product is making growth, product is making positive cash flows, product is not a waste of money. So final advantage should be to maintain very profitable products in your product range using the knowledge that you have on the BCG and the product life cycle model. Hope you have idea on that. Okay. So that ends our tutor number 5. Then let's get into
So excuse me.
yep.
So are there any paper discussion end of this session? Because I think the syllabus is very big, no?
Pardon?
Any paper discussion
Yeah.
end of this session? Yeah, I think syllabus is very big.
What is very big? Hello. Tell me.
ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් මේ අපි දැන් ඩිප්ලෝමා වලට ඉගෙන ගන්නවානේ. ඒ කියන්නේ සර්ටිෆිකේට් කෝස් එකට සෑහෙන තිබ්බා. එතකොට ඒ මට්ටමට වැඩි ගොඩක් තියෙනවා නේ සර්.
Oh. Yes, of course. You want to discuss the question paper? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, can be done. This theory part, what we are actually the problem here, this is a different type of platform, no? It's not a one-to-one discussion, no? Can you, you ඔයගලන්ට තේරෙනවද දැන් මේ අපි මෙතන කතා කරන දේවල් concepts ටික තේරෙනවද?
ඔව් සර් ඒක තේරුම් ගන්න පුළුවන්.
තේරෙන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට ඔයගලන්ට දැන් questions ටිකක් අපි දැන් next week එකේ අපි question paper එකක් කරන් questions ටිකක් අපි ගිය පාර කරේ. ඒ විදිහට අපිට question paper එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. කියනවා නම් question paper එකක් අපි මේ දැන්ට කරලා තිනවා දැන් ටියුට් 5ක් කරලා තියෙනවානේ. ඒ ටියුට් 5න් අපිට questions ටිකක් අරගෙන ඒවා discuss කරන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙම මොකද ඕගලන්ට නැත්නම් මට questions ටික දෙන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයාලට උත්තර ලියන්න පුළුවන් නම් ඊට පස්සේ අපිට උත්තර ටික discuss කරන්නත් පුළුවන්. ඔයාලා කොහොමද කියන්නේ? සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දැන් අපි අනිත් ක්ලාස් වල කරේ දැන් ඔෆ්ලයින් ක්ලාස් වල පේපර් එකක් දීලා ඒකට උත්තර ලිව්වට පස්සේ තමයි ඩිස්කස් කරන්නේ. දැන් අපිට අර එක්කෙනාට කතා කරන්න බෑනේ. නේද?
නෑ සර් දැන් ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ මේක ඇත්තටම අර අපිට අර කියන්නේ දැන් අපිට ටයිම් එක ගොඩක් අඩුයිනේ දැන් මේ අර ටියුට්ස් දැන් බලනකොට ගොඩක් ඒවා දෙන ඇත්තට මේවා ඇත්තටම ගොඩක් අපේ ඔළුවට ගන්න ඕනේ දේවල් තමයි. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම මේ පස්සේ බලන්න ගියාම අපිට මේක දෙපාර තුන් පාර අර රිවයිස් කර බලන්න අමාරුයි. ඒකයි ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ. නෑ අර මං කිව්වේ අර දැන් අවසානට දැන් අපේ අනිත් සබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් වල මේ අවසානට පේපර් ඩිස්කෂන් කරා.
question paper එකක්. ඔය කියන්නේ topic එක අනුවද? topic එක අනුවද question එක කියන්නේ past question papers check කරේ?
question papers.
හරි ඒක කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ කියන්නේ ඔය කියන්නේ pass දැන් අපි දැන්ට කරලා තියෙනවානේ ටියුට්ස් 5ක්. ඒ පහෙන් ආපු questions තියෙනවානේ පහුගිය papers වල. ඒ ටික discuss කරමු. ඇත මම හිතුවා ඒ ටික එහෙම එකක් දැන් මොකද මම හැමම question papers discuss කරන්න නැතුව කියන්නේ අපි summarize කරගෙන ගියේ මේ මොකද ඊට වල subject එක අර කැලි කරනට වැඩිය පොඩ්ඩක් මේ syllabus එකේ main points ටික ඉවර කරලා කරන්න.
නෑ සර් ඒක තමයි මමත් හිතන්නේ සර් ඒක හොඳයි end එකේදී අපි කරමු papers.
end එකේ option දෙකක් තියෙනවා. දැන් අපි මේකට ගියොත් එම දැන් ඔයගේ නෑ කතා කරපු එක හොඳයි. අපි දැන් මෙහෙම ගන්නකො දැන් අපි lecture schedule එකේ මේක ඔයාලට පේනව නේද? මේ schedule එක පේනවද? hello
ඔව් සර් පේනවා.
හරි. දැන් අපි දැන් මෙතන දැන්ට ටියුට්ස් දැන් අපි අදින්නේ මේ කියන්නේ එතකොට අපි පස්වෙනි හයවෙනි ටියුට් එකේ ඉන්නේ. එතකොට දැන් මේ වගේ අපිට questions කතා කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් අපි ඇත්තම දැන් මේ Q&A එකක් මම දැම්මෙත් ඒකයි. හැබැයි නේද ගිය පාර උනේ අපි මම ප්‍රශ්න ටිකක් අහලා මම උත්තර දුන්නා. හරිද? ඔයාලට මතකද? දැන් ඔයාලට මම අහලා මම උත්තර දුන්න එකයි කරේ. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට මට මෙහෙම කරන්න පුළුවන්. ඕගොල්ලන්ට මට questions ටික එවන්න විදියක් තියෙනවා නම් මට questions ටික කලින් එවන්න පුළුවන්. ඔයගොල්ලන්ගේ ඊමේල් ඔක්කොම හිට දීලා තියෙනවා.
ඔව් සර් දීලා තියෙනවා.
හරි. දීලා තියෙනවා නම් මම බලන්නම් ඔයාලට questions ටික ඊමේල් කරන්න පුළුවන් නම් මේගොල්ලන්ට අපිට questions ටික ඊළඟ සතියේ සාකච්ඡා කරන්න පුළුවන්.
නෑ සර් දැන් මම කතා කරේ මගේ පැත්තෙන්. ඒ කියන්නේ අනිත් කටට ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා. මගේ ගෙවල් මම දඹුල්ලේ ඉන්නේ. නමුත් මම වැඩ කරන්නේ ට්‍රින්කෝ. එතකොට මේ එතන මම කියන්නේ බැංක් SBB බැංක් එකේ මම වැඩ කරන්නේ මම බ්‍රාන්ච් එකේ නෙමෙයි වැඩ කරන්නේ හබ් එක. එතකොට ඇත්තටම ෆුල් ටයිම් يعني ටයිම් එකක් නැති තරම්.
හරි.
ඒ කියන්නේ පේපර් එකක් තියා මේ කියන්නේ ඒකයි මම හැමදාම මේකට සහභාගී වෙන්නේ ලෙක්චර්ස් වලට.
හරි.
ඒ කියන්නේ අර ලෙක්චර් එකෙන් කරන දේ හරි වදිනවනේ ඔළුවට.
වදිනවා. ඔව් රයිට්.
ඒකයි ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ.
හරි. නේද හොඳයි කතා කරපු එක. අනිත් කොහොමද අනිත් අය කතා කරන්නේ නැති එක ප්‍රශ්නේ. දැන් මම ඇතෙම්ම දැන් වාට පේන්නේ දැන් මම Q&A සෙෂන් ගොඩක් දාලා තියෙනවා අතරමැද්දේ. දැන් ගිය 7 වෙනිදා අපි කරේ Q&A එකේ ඇත්තේ මම questions ටිකක් කරපු ඒ වගේ ගෙනල්ලා ඒක ඩිස්කස් කරපු එක තමයි කරේ. හරිද? දැන් ආපෝ එකක් ඊළඟ සතියේ තියෙනවා. දැන් මට පුළුවන් ඔයාලට මේ ලබන සතියේ දැන් මේ වෙනකන් මේ ටියුට්ස් වලින් එන questions ටිකක් අරගෙන ඒ කියන්නේ exam questions ටිකක් අරගෙන ඒක අපි ඩිස්කස් කරමු. මට මේක කරන්න පුළුවන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට මට දැන් ඔයාලට questions ටික වාගන්න බැරිනොත් එහෙම මේව කරමුද අපි හෙට ඊළඟ සතියේ පළවෙනි පැයේ ටෙස්ට් එකක් තියමුද? ඕගොල්ලන් එතකොට පැයක් මම question හිතමු question 10ක් දෙන්නම්. ඒකෙන් අපි question 6ක් හරි 7කට හරි ආන්සර් කරලා ඊට පස්සේ ඉතුරු පැය 3 ඩිස්කස් කරමු උත්තර ටික. ඔයගොල්ලන් එතකොට questions ටික
එහෙමත් හොඳයි සර්.
අනිත් අය මොකද කියන්නේ? එතකොට ඔයාලා ටියුට් ටික ළඟ තියෙනවනේ. ටියුට් ටික දැන් ඉතර අපි කරේ එහෙමයි. දැන් අනිත් ක්ලාස් වල කරේ දැන් ටෙස්ට් එකක් පන්තියේ කරලා ඒ උත්තර ටික එක එක්කෙනාට මාරු කරලා එක එක්කෙනාට ෂෙයා කරන්න දීලා දැන් ඔයාගේ උත්තරේ තියෙන තව කෙනෙක් ගාව තව කෙනෙක්ගේ උත්තරේ ඔයා ගාව එතකොට එතකොට ඒගොල්ලෝ ලකුණු දානවා. ලකුණු දාලා අන්තිමට questions ටික අපෝ උත්තර ටික මම පොඩ්ඩක් මේ ගයිඩ් ආන්සර් එකක් දෙනවා. තේරෙනවද? ඒ දෙද්දී තමයි ඒගොල්ලෝ ලකුණු දාගෙන යන්නේ. ඒ විදිහට කරේ දැන් මෙතන අපිට පොඩ්ඩක් වෙලා තියෙන මේකේ ඔෆ්ලයින් වගේ මේක කරන්න බැරි හින්දා මට මේව දෙයක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. මට ඔයාලා කියන එක පැහැදිලි. ඔයගලන්ට අපි ලබන සතියේ දැන් 115 to 215 අපි පොඩි මම ආපු ගමන් questions ටික දාන්නම්. මම බලන්නම් ඒ අතරේ questions ටික මට එවන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. මම ඊමේල් ඔක්කොම මේකව තියෙනවද දන්නේ නැහැ. එහෙම නැතත් මට ආපු ගමන් දාපුවාම ඔයාලට පැයක් තියෙනවා තනියම උත්තර ටික ලියන්න. ටියුට්ස් ටික බලාගෙන මොකද මේ ටියුට්ස් ටිකෙන් තමයි ප්‍රශ්න ටික හදන්නේ. හරිද? ඊට පස්සේ අපි ඔයාලා උත්තර ලිව්වට පස්සේ ඔයාලටත් තේරෙනවානේ කොහොමද ඔයාලා උත්තර ලිව්වේ කියලා. ඊට පැය 3 අපි ඩිස්කස් කරමු ඒ උත්තර ටික. ඒ කියන්නේ මම උත්තරේ කියන්නම්. එතකොට ඔයාලට බලන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාගේ උත්තරේ කොච්චර සාර්ථකද කියලා.
දැන් සර් සබ්ජෙක්ට් 3ක ලෙක්චර්ස් ඉවරයි. නමුත් තාම මේ පෙන්ඩින් තියෙන්නේ එක්සෑම් පෙන්ඩින්. එතකොට අපිට දැන් මේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එන්න තව ගොඩ යනකොට පාඩම් කරගන්න තියෙන කාලය නැති වෙනවනේ. ඒකයි අර ප්‍රශ්නේ තියෙන්නේ. අපේ එක්සෑම් එක කොහොම හරි ගොඩ දාගන්නත් එපේ.
අනිවාර්යෙන්. එතකොට ඉතින් අර විදිහට කරොත් දැන් ඔයාලට ඒ පැයේ ඕගොල්ලන් මේ පේපර් ටියුට්ස් එක බලාගෙන උත්තර ලියන්න කමක් නැහැ.
උසෝ එහෙම කරමු වෙනවා.
අනිත් අය මොකද හිතන්නේ? අනිත් අය කතා කරන්නේ නැහැ. මම කිව්වේ දැන් මම 7 වෙනිදා උදේම questions ටික දෙන්නම්. ඒ කියන්නේ ආපු ගමන්ම දාන්නම්. මම බලන්නම් මට ඊමේල් ටික ඔයාලගේ එවන්න පුළුවන් නම් මම කලින් එවන්නම්. මම දන්නේ නැහැ මේගොල්ලෝ ගාව තියනවද කියලා ඔක්කොම එකට මේල් මර්ජ් කරන්න පුළුවන්ද කියලා. මට මොකද questions 10ක් විතර හදලා එවන්න පුළුවන්. ඊට පස්සේ ඕගොල්ලන් පළවෙනි පැයේ ඒකට උත්තර ලියනවා. කට්ටියම ඉන්න කට්ටිය. හරි? ඊට පස්සේ අපි උත්තර ටික ඉතුරු පැය 3 නෑ උත්තර අපි ඉතින් question 10ක් උන සාකච්ඡා ගන්න පුළුවන්. එහෙමත් එක එකක් අනිත් එක ඔයාලට තව එකක් කරන්න පුළුවන්. දැන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට තේරෙන්නේ නැති දැන් අපි ඩිස්කස් කරපු මේවල ඔයාලට පැහැදිලි නැති මොනවා හරි ඒරියාස් තියෙනවා නම් ඒ කියන්නේ අපි කතා කරපු කන්සෙප්ට්ස් වල තේරෙන්නේ නැති දේවල් කස්ටමර් බිහේවියර් පැත්තෙන් වෙන්න පුළුවන් සෙග්මන්ටේෂන් පැත්තෙන් වෙන්න පුළුවන් මැනේජ්මන්ට් ප්‍රොසෙස් එකේ වෙන්න පුළුවන් ඕගොල්ලන්ට අහන්න පුළුවන් එහෙම අනිත් එක ඕගොල්ලන්ට මට තව මේකක් දෙන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලා ටිකක් ඔයාලට වෙලා තියෙනවද මේ YouTube එකේම ගොඩක් ඒවා තියෙනවා දැන් මේ සබ්ජෙක්ට්ස් වලට අදාළ වීඩියෝස් අද මම දෙකක් තුනක් මේ මම ගෙනාවට ඒවා මේකේ දැම්මට ඒක හරියට සද්ද එන්නේ නැහැ ගොඩක් දැන් ඔයාලට වෙලා නැති අයට කරන්න පුළුවන් ගෙදර ඉන්න වෙලාවට හරි මොකද වීඩියෝස් වල ගොඩක් තියෙනවා මේ කියන්නේ ඒගොල්ලන් කතා කරන ඒවා ඔයාලට ටක් ගාලා කන්සෙප්ට්ස් ටික ටක් ගාලා එහෙම ගන්න පුළුවන් එකක් පාඩම් කරන්න ඉතින් එකක් පාඩම් කරන්නත් ඕන ඇති එහෙනම් අපි මෙහෙම කරමු අපි දැන් වගේ අපේ පැයක් අරගෙන ලබන සතියේ ක්වෙස්චන්ස් ටිකට උත්තර ලියමු ක්වෙස්චන්ස් 10ක් මම දෙන්නම් ඒ 10න් අඩු ගානේ 7ක් හරි ආන්සර් කරන්න තව 10 වුණත් කමන්නේ ඊට පස්සේ අපි දැන් එක ටියුට් එක බලන්න කරන්නේ මොකද ටියුට් එකෙන්ම ලියන්න පුළුවන් තව පොඩ්ඩක් ටියුට් එකෙන් එහාට ගිහිල්ලා පොඩ්ඩක් හිතලා ලියන්නත් පොඩ්ඩක් තියෙනවා ඒ කියන්නේ මේ අපිට දැන් මේ එක්සෑම් එකේ තියරි විතරක් නෙමෙයි අපි කරන්නේ තියරි and ඇප්ලිකේෂන් දෙකම වෙන්න ඕන. ඒ කියන්නේ අපි මේ concept එකක් පාවිච්චි කරන්නේ කොහොමද? කියන එක තමයි අපි කතා කරන්නේ මේ level එකේ. දැන් මම කිව්වේ දැන් අපි දැන් product life cycle එකයි BCG පාවිච්චි කරලා අපේ product range එකේ තියෙන product අපේ bank එකේ තියෙන product range එකේ profitable products මොනවද? අපිට අයින් කරන්න ඕන ප්‍රොඩක්ට්ස් මොනවද ඒ වගේ දේවල් අපිට අඳුන ගන්න පුළුවන්ද කියන එක තමයි ඇප්ලිකේෂන් කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒ වගේ අඩු ගන්න එක කරන විදිහ හරි වල ලියන්න පුළුවන් වෙන්න ඕන. මේක මේම කරලා කරන්න නෙමෙයි මේ මත මේවා අපි කරුණු මත අපි මේක රෙකමන්ඩ් කරනවා මේක මේ ප්‍රොඩක්ට් එක අපි තියාගන්න එකේ තේරුමක් නැහැ කියලා. ඒ වගේ. පැහැදිලිද? Hello.
ඔව් සර්.
ඔයාට ඉතින් ඔයාට දැන් travel කරනවා නම් ඔයාට එක මේකක් වෙන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාට මේ ඉතින් ඔයාට යමින් ඔයාට මොකක් හරි ෆෝන් එකෙන් හරි වීඩියෝ ටිකක් එහෙම බලා ගන්න මේ විදිහට තමයි යන්න ඕන. ඔයා මට මේ මගේ නම්බර් එක තියෙනවා මට කෝල් එකක් දෙන්න මම ඔයාට පොයින්ට්ස් ටිකක් දෙන්නම් ඔයාට මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන් කියලා. හරිද?
හරි සර් හරි. හරි සර් හරි.
මගේ නම්බර් එක තියෙනවනේ. ඔයාලට ඕන කෙනෙක්ට මගේ නම්බර් එකට කතා කරලා මොකද ඇඩ්වයිස් එකක් ගන්න පුළුවන්. 073යි 587යි 863. මොකද ඔයාලා මෙතන කතා කරන්න ගියොත් ටයිම් එක යනවනේ. මට කෝල් එකක් දෙන්න මම බිසි නම් මම පස්සේ හරි කතා කරන්න මට ඒක ඔයාලා SMS එකක් ගන්න මට කතා කරන්න ඕනේ කියලා. ඒකට මට ෆ්‍රී වෙලාවට මම කෝල් එකක් දෙන්න. ක්ලාස් එකේ ළමෙක් කියලා කිව්වනම් මට එතකොට මම දන්නවනේ මොකක්ද කතා කරන්න 0777 587 863 වලට කෝල් එකක් දෙන්න. ඔයාලට තියෙන ඕන පර්සනල් ඉෂුව එකක් මට මේ සබ්ජෙක්ට් එකේ සම්බන්ධයෙන් කියන්න මේ I will help you. එහෙනම් අපි රයිට් අපි දැන් තීරණයක් ගත්තා අපි මේක කරලා බලමු. අපි කොහොමදත් question papers discuss කරනවා අන්තිම සතිය දෙකේ මම දාලා තියෙන දවස් දෙකම පැය 8ක්ම දාලා තියෙනවා. ඊට අමතරව අපි අතරමැද්දේ පැය 8ක් දාලා තියෙනවා දැන් අපි එකක් කරා තව එකක් අපිට question papers කතා කරන්න පැය මේ දැන් තව ඉස්සරහට තියෙනවා පැය 12ක් දවස් 3ක අපි එක කරමු මේ ලබන සතියේ මම question 10ක් ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දෙන්න එකෙන් අඩු ගානේ 7කටවත් ආන්සර් කරන්න ඊට පස්සේ අපි බලමු ඔයාලට උත්තර ටික මම කියන්නම් අපි ඩිස්කස් කරමු. ඉතින් ඔයාලට තේරෙයි ඔයාලා මොන මොනවද ඔයාලගේ උත්තරේ මොනවද අඩුපාඩු කියලා ඔයාලට බලා ගන්න පුළුවන් ඔයාලගේ උත්තරේ තියෙනවනේ. ඉතින් මම කියන ටික ඇඩ් කරපුවම මාට තේරෙයි එතකොට කම්ප්ලීට් උත්තරයක් දෙන්නේ කොහොමද කියලා. පැහැදිලිද? Is that okay?
Yes sir.
Right. අපි නම් පොඩි break එකක් ගමුද? Good. So now we have done 1P in the marketing 7P's model. The product is done. Then we get into the pricing of the price P. Learning goals. Identify and define the internal factors affecting the firm's pricing decisions. Identify and define external factors affecting the pricing decisions, including the impact of consumer perceptions of price and value. Contrast the three general approaches to setting pricing. You know, the price, what is price? Price is the amount of money charged for a product or service, or the sum of the values that consumers exchange for benefit of having or using the product or service. You know, now as I said, now in the marketing mix, when we implement the marketing strategies, we are using the 7P's. 7P's model we call it: product, price, place, promotion, people, processes, and physical evidence. You know, out of these 7P's, price is very critical. You know why? The price is the only P in the 7P's structure that bring you revenue. All the other P's are cost. The product is a cost, promotion is a cost, distribution, that is other P is a cost, people is a cost, processes cost because we have to have the infrastructure, and the physical evidence, we have to have the building and the other arrangements. All these are cost. So pricing is the only one in the 7P's structure that bring you income. All the others are cost. So therefore you have to do the pricing decisions very accurately, because if you don't price your products properly and strategically, what will happen is it will have enormous disadvantages to your company. So therefore the pricing is done by the by highly capable, highly strategic committees of the company because of its importance. Because the price that you place on a product can be low or high. So if the product price is high, it will have it's too much high, it will have impact on the sales, because too much high product, too much high in the product is very high in the price in the market, then there's a tendency for sales being affected. And the price is set too low, price is too comparatively low, then your product may be sold, but your revenue that you generate will be less. So therefore it can't be low or high. So it has to be strategically competitive price that you, it may not be the lowest, it may not be the highest, but it may be something appropriate that you set according to your company requirements and company objectives. So price has many forms like rent fee rate. But if you take the banking sector, what are the price elements? We have bank interest, we have bank charges. Those are the two things that we that are relevant to us: interest and the fee. We call it fee base. And our income are twofold. One is all our income, either fund base or fee base. Fund base means interest base. Fee base means commission, fees and charges and so on. So the price is therefore a very dynamic element. You have to monitor customer behavior and tailor offers, change prices on the try to adjust to change in demand or cost, aid consumers with price comparisons, negotiate prices online, auctions and exchanges. Price and the marketing mix. Only element to produce revenue, as I said, most flexible element can be changed quickly. Pricing can be changed quickly, not like other thing. Product you just can't change quickly. Promotion and distribution also, it's not easy to change quickly, but price is different. Reducing prices too quickly to get sales, pricing based on cost, not customer value. So factors to consider when setting price. So there are internal factors, there are external factors. Let's see some internal factors. Internal factors, firstly, it's marketing objectives, marketing positions, market positioning influence pricing strategy. Other pricing objectives, survival, customer profit maximization, market share leadership, product quality leadership. Sometimes the companies they have different pricing objectives. One is to survive, you set price, maybe low prices, just to survive. Current profit maximization, that means you set high price to maximize your profit. Market share leadership. So to get more market share, maybe you have a medium, moderate price or low price to get market share leadership. Product quality leadership, maybe definitely you have a high price because like Apple or Apple or Rolex, the product quality, quality wise, high quality fetches high price. Marketing mix strategies. Pricing must be carefully coordinated with other marketing mix elements. Target costing is often used to support product positioning strategies based on price. Non-price positioning can also be, market mix strategy means when you have a high quality product, you can price high. When you have a low quality product, you have to price low. Moderate, price also moderate. Moderate quality, moderate. Because it has to be in line with marketing mix strategy. Say now, so when you in the banking sector, when you have say VIP customers, you generate high price from high revenue from them. Then accordingly, you have to make sure other piece also integrate with that. Like if you are giving the best product at a high price, then you have to make sure that your service and other things also be in line with that strategy, because you cannot charge a low price for a high quality product, or you can't charge high price for a low quality product. So it has to be correlated. People don't mind paying high price for high quality, right? And people don't mind paying low price for low quality, but you can't mix it. You get my point. So when you pay high price, you expect high also. High expectations. With high expectations, you pay high price. So that's why now we have, for VIP customers, we have separate section. Our VIP centers are located sometimes separately. High net worth customers are treated separately in a different way than the general customers, because they don't mind paying that extra fee because expecting they get a high personalized service. The cost also, depending on the cost, you have to price it accordingly, because end of the day you have to cover cost with a margin. Organizational consideration. Who sets the price? Small companies, maybe CEO and top management. Large companies, divisional or product line managers. Price negotiation in common in industrial settings where pricing departments may be Okay, you know, in large organizations there are pricing division, pricing departments, negotiation department. So, so those are the internal factors. What are the internal factors that affect pricing, price setting, marketing objectives of the company, marketing mix strategies, costs, and organizational consideration. There are external factors also. Nature of market and demand. Okay. Consumer perception of price and value. Nature of market and demand. Because we know some products, customers have certain perceptions. They think the particular product is high in value, high in benefits. So some customers are don't mind paying high price. We have heard the saying, cheap things no good, good things no cheap. It's a famous saying, especially in Sri Lanka, in Asia. Cheap things no good, good things no cheap. Cheap things no good, good things no cheap. Why? Because always people think high price products are good in value and cheap price products are low in value. And there's a thing called price and demand relationship, which is also known as price elasticity of demand. So let's see what is this price elasticity of demand. It's a definition is the effect of change in price on the quantity of demand. If change in quantity of demand is calculated by percentage change in demand, change in quantity demanded by the, divided by change in price. You know, if the say for example you reduce price of a certain product, thinking that your the demand for the product will be increased, or it can happen in two ways. Either when you reduce price, demand can be increased by a bigger proportion, right? If you reduce the price, demand can be increased by a higher profit. Those type of products are called highly elastic. But even you reduce the price, if the demand increase in demand is comparatively low, they are called inelastic products or inelastic product. You know, this concept is used by organizations to manage pricing. If the product they are selling is elastic type product, they reduce the price or increase the price and manage it to get the highest revenue. Now let's see this example. Now this particular case, price elasticity of demand, which measures the responsiveness of demand to a, right? So I said price inelastic is a change in price causes smaller percentage of demand. Price elastic means a change in price causes a bigger demand. Now see this side you have the price, this side you have the quantity demanded, right? So what will happen now? The price originally was at 70, you increase it to 100 rupees, increase by 30 rupees. Then what happened? Your quantity demanded reduced from 220 to 200. So what happened to the total revenue? Now, when you had price at 70, your total revenue was 70 into 220, right? Which comes to how much? it comes to let me 220 into 70 is 15,400, right? So your revenue at that time was 17 to 220, 15,400. Now then what did you do? You increase it by 30. So then price is 100 now into 200. How much is the 20,000? So what has happened? Your revenue has increased. So what has happened? So when you change the price, your demand has changed in a smaller percentage. Change in price causes a smaller percentage in demand. So in such a case, the situation, the particular product is inelastic. The change in price causes a smaller percentage in demand, because when you increase price by 30 rupees, so it has only reduced by 20%, right? So ultimately in giving a higher revenue to the company, right? Right. Then what happened? Then in such a situation, increasing price is more favorable to the company. This is what government mostly do. They touch inelastic goods like cigarette, liquor, and gas and so on. They increase the price or increase taxes, but because of those products are inelastic, their demand is inelastic, the quantity demanded reduce only by a small percentage. Then the government will have a higher total revenue coming from the particular decision. I hope you understand. So if the product demand is inelastic, by changing price or increasing the price, you will gain. But if the product is elastic, by increasing the price, you will lose. So therefore, companies, when you want to change the prices, first you have to see whether the particular product is inelastic or elastic. So depending on that, the pricing decision or to change the price, the particular decision will have to be taken. That's how you understand elasticity of demand. So if you run through this example, you'll be able to understand properly. Look at the total revenue always. End of the day, with your decision, if the decision is right, your total revenue should be increased, because there is a purpose. No, you increase price to increase revenue, total revenue. Then that will help. But if your product demand is elastic, then by increasing the price, you will lose. So next sectional factor is competitors' cost, prices, and offers. Consider competitors' cost, prices. Always you must see the competitors' pricing, because they are also playing in the market. So unless we are competitive with the competitor price, the customer will not buy our product, because they will realize our product price is higher. So consider competitors' cost, prices, and possible reactions. Pricing strategy influences the nature of competition. High price, high margin strategies attract competition. Benchmarking costs against the competition is recommended. A benchmarking means you cannot be out of the market. You have to benchmark your cost, because if the competitor costs are fairly lesser compared to you, or higher or lesser, you also will have to have a lesser cost. It means the efficiency. If the competitor costs are less, it means they are efficient. So we have to see and increase our efficiency to reduce our internal cost. Other environmental elements, economic conditions, affect production cost, affect buyer perceptions of price and value, reseller reactions to prices must be considered. Government may restrict or limit pricing options. Social consideration may be taken into account. So when you be careful, especially in the banking sector, these things are important. Social considerations may be taken into account. Government may restrict or limit pricing options. Banks have that issue also. You can't increase deposit rates because there are restrictions, guidelines. Reseller reactions to prices must be considered, and and so on. So there are so remember, there are several external internal factors and internal factors that affect price decisions. So when you want to set price, you'll have to consider these factors, external factors and internal factors. So let's see some pricing approaches. There are three approaches to pricing. One is cost base. Now that's a basic thing, adding a standard markup to cost, because that's how you price it. No, when the initial basic thing is you need to cover your cost. There you ignore demand and competition, because you can't ignore demand. You can't go by the demand and competition, because first you have to cover cost. You can't go below cost. And it simplifies the pricing process. Price competition may be minimized. It is perceived as more fair to both buyers and sellers. So it's one approach. You go by the cost base with the margin. So for example, so what you do is you have variable cost, fixed cost, and unit cost, and unit sales. So desired markup is 20%. You have to keep desired markup. So when you use general pricing approach, cost base, you have to ensure that your break-even points to break-even chart show total cost and total revenues at different levels of unit volume. The intersection of total revenue and total cost curves is the break-even point. Companies wishing to make a profit must exceed the break-even unit volume. It means because in any production there's a variable cost, there's a fixed cost. So until you sell certain amount of units, you won't make profit. That is what you learn through break-even analysis. You have variable cost, you have fixed cost, and you have certain margins. So through your sales, you must cover variable costs, you must cover your fixed cost, and finally you must have a margin as well. The point at which you start gaining a profit is the break-even point. The other approach is value-based pricing. The second approach use buyers' perceptions of value rather than sellers' cost to set price. Measuring perceived value can be difficult. Consumer attitude towards price and quality have shifted during the last decade. Value pricing at the retail level. You know, the value-based pricing is where it use buyers' perception of value rather than sellers' cost to set price. Measuring perceived value can be difficult. Consumer attitude towards price and quality have shifted during the last decade. Value pricing at retail level. You know, everyday now if you take foods company like Food City, they use this low pricing, everyday low pricing model. Now, Walmart in the US is the best example. Their tagline is everyday low prices. If you look at Walmart, the biggest retailer in the world, their tagline is everyday low prices. So people think we get always low prices. Now earlier we had a perception Cargill's always has a low price. Cargill's offer low price always because they had that advantage of doing business without the middleman, right? So second approach is value based. There are the buyer's perception is more given importance than any other thing. The third approach is competition based pricing, also called going rate pricing. May price at the same level above or below the competition. So you go by there you don't look at the value terms or cost terms. You are driven by the competitor price for competition based pricing. These are the three approaches that you can take: cost based, value based, and competition based. Three approaches to pricing. Once again, cost based pricing, value based, and competition based. Pricing of new products. Right? Pricing of new product. There are two methods to price new product. First one is market skimming pricing, market penetration pricing. Setting a high price for a new product to skim maximum revenue layer by layer from segments willing to pay the high price. You know, market skimming pricing is suitable for advanced breakthrough product, like say Apple iPhone. When the Apple iPhone 12 comes, it will be very high in price because it is an advanced breakthrough product with many features which none of the other phones will have in the market. All right, because they are based on a lot of R&D, a lot of market research. So they have spent a lot of money as their initial R&D. So they have to then charge a very high price at the beginning and recover their cost as early as possible. That's what they call market skimming. Skimming the maximum revenue at the initial stage. But after 1 or 2 years, the price will be lesser. We have seen all the Apple phones when they come, when they are launched, are very high in price, but after 1 or 2 years, the prices drop. Even other brands also same. Samsung, same story. when the new brands, new phones brand come, then their prices are very high. The other method is market penetration pricing, where setting a low price for a new product in order to attract large number of buyers and large market share. Market penetration is used for low value products like soft drinks or some FMCG items, shampoo and soap and things like that. There you look at the market share as your main objective. To increase market share, you sell the new product at a low price, setting a low price for market share. That is called market penetration pricing for new products. Market skimming is you set a high price to gain your R&D cost as early as possible. So two methods. And also you have price adjustment strategies like you can allow discounts, right? You can allowances, segment pricing. There are many adjustment strategies. Discounts, trading allowances, promotion allowances, to encourage buying, right? Types of segment pricing: customer segment, product form pricing, location pricing, time. Now I'll give some example. Customer segment pricing. Now take salons. You have unisex salon, women salon for women and men. So generally certain salons, especially the women beauty parlor, they have a generally higher price. So that customer segment is different. And if you have again, if you take banking sector, VIP segment, high price, general banking, low price. The charges are less. But with the same product or same services are provided, but maybe the environment is different. Product form pricing, say Lux. If you take Lux soap and Lux liquid, so liquid is higher in price, the same product but different form. Location pricing, in theaters you find the balconies expensive, rear stall, front stall, different pricing. Time pricing, peak hours, off peak. Now telecom and all, peak hours charges are high, off peak hours are cheaper. Time pricing. So they are called revenue or yield management, because depending on the time, you can change your price based on peak, off peak, location wise, product form wise, and customer segment wise. Condition necessary for segmented pricing effectiveness. Market must be segmentable. Segment must show different demand. Pricing must be legal. Cost of segmentation cannot exceed revenues earned. Segmented pricing must reflect real differences in customer procedure. Yes. So to do all that I discussed, these requirements should be necessary. Right? Psychological pricing. Prices used to say something about the product quality relationship. Reference prices, differences as small as 5 cents can be important. Numeric digits may have symbolic and visual qualities that psychologically influence the buyer. For example, for psychological pricing is this. You have seen 1999, 999 and 99, 299. All these are psychological. Actually, there's no difference, right? also called noticeable price difference. This technique is used most specifically in supermarkets and department stores to create impression of good value. Psychological, it's not 20, it is only 19. It is 1,000 is 99, but actually you pay 1,000. But it's a psychologically you feel like you the 3-figure than 4-figure. Right. Then the promotional pricing. Also you have a lot of promotional pricing. Loss leader. This promotional pricing is used temporarily products below list price to increase short-term sales. So these are temporary measures, loss leaders. Now you have seen loss leader is a famous method in supermarkets. You have seen Cargill's and Kale's advertisement in the newspapers saying they are even selling some products even below cost. Why do they do it? To attract the customers to the store. So thinking that when they come to the store, they will buy other products also. So loss leader is certain products are sold at a loss for a short period to attract the customer. Special event pricing, like during New Year, Christmas, you find credit card companies offer various discounts and to celebrate the particular event. Cash rebates are given to encourage more buying. Low interest financing. Now these days you find owing to low interest rates in the market, housing loans are at very low rates. Personal loans are very low rates, low interest. And some give longer warranties on products or free merchandise. When you buy something, you get something free. Discounts for bigger volumes. So all these are short-term strategies in pricing to promote more sales. Promotional pricing problem easily copied by competitors. When you do those type of promotional selling, promotional pricing, these are the issues. It can be copied by competitors, create real deal-prone customers. Some customers only buy the discounted things, not the others. May erode brand's value, can happen. Not a legitimate substitute for effective strategic planning. Frequent use leads to industry price war, which benefit few firms. Geographical strategies to adjust prices. Typical geographical pricing, FOB, original pricing, those are for international trade. International pricing again for international. So it's not few options. This is important in responding to competitors' price changes. Reduce price, raise perceived quality, improve quality and increase price, launch low price, fight in ban. Without so depending on the competitors' price changes, you have various options like you can reduce price, or you can without reducing price, you can raise your quality of the product, and when you improve quality and increase the price, or launch a low price fighting brands. Like that's what Anchor did in order to fight low price Lux Spray and all. They launched Ratti as a fighter brand. So Anchor Milk, Fonterra didn't reduce the price for Fonterra brand products, but they came up with a fighter brand called Ratti to compete Luxray brand. And so there are options like that to compete in price. So that ends up today. I took 10 minutes more. So we have finished the pricing thing. That next topic could be the place or distribution or marketing channels, which will push to next week or week after. So next week, what we'll do is I will give you 10 questions from the tudes we have done. From this, what we have done so far, so there will be at least 2 questions from each, 2-3 questions from each tude. But the question will be one part is theory, one part is the application of theory. And so we'll take 1 hour from 7th March. You will answer the questions. You can look at your tudes and answer the questions. And then after that, after 1 hour, you keep your answer scripts with you, and I will also discuss the answers. Then you can see any gaps in your answers, whether you have replied the answers properly, or some people can I can ask, you can respond to me verbally because you have the answers with you. So we'll have a little interactive session next week. Some of you will have to speak, and you have to unmute your computer and give some answers. So when I ask, so first hour will be a question paper where you have to answer the questions. Is that okay? Hello? Are you
okay,
there? Huh?
Okay.
Right. So with regard to your specific issue, you can talk to me later. What's your name, you said? Right. You can talk to me later. Talk to me later, and we'll discuss that if you have any specific issue. And then thanks for your time, and we'll see you on the 7th. And good luck.